Hi there, I'm Professor Jurus and I wanted to make you a quick video and go over sepia toners. The toner I'm going to be using today is Berg Color Tone Sepia Toner. This toner has been around for a while, but it's actually kind of new in comparison to like Kodak sepia toner, which isn't actually made anymore. You can get one from the photographer's formulary that's very similar to the Kodak toner, but I think this toner is great, and you can get this toner from a number of different photo sources online, like B&H Photo, Freestyle Sales, so a number of them have it, and it works great for RC and fiber-based paper. So to mix it, it'll come with two different bottles in the container, and I have graduates in front of me where I've mixed it up already, and I mixed it kind of warm. It's about 80 degrees. And it'll work faster if you use it at about 80 degrees. If you use it at room temperature, it just takes a little bit longer, but that's fine also. Now it does come with very adequate instructions, so make sure that you read the instruction sheet and make sure that you stay safe with it. I'm going to be using tongs today to lift the print and work with the print when it's in the toner, and possibly even a rubber glove, but you don't want to stick your hands in this. I had a student tell me about a video that was on YouTube of a professor that was working with this, and he was just putting his hands right into the toner. And you know, back in the old days, you know, when I went to college and stuff, everybody did that, but you know, everybody got sick and died. So it's better to be safe with this stuff. You don't want to stick your hands in these toners, and you know, be very careful with them. You might want to wear goggles, safety goggles, when you work with these, but you know, make sure you you know, wear rubber gloves or a tong to pick the print up. So I made two different print. I made two of the same print. I made two copies of it, and this print's still a little bit wet. I just took it out of the wash, so this is what I'm going to use. If you're using a dry print, you may want to wet it first. But before we do that, let me explain the mixing again. It makes 32 ounces of part A and part B. And so what you're going to do is put 28 ounces of water in the container, or even 27 maybe, and then pour the bottle in there, and then put a little water in your bottle and shake it up to get the rest out and pour it, and it should come right up to 32 ounces or 1 quart. So that's what I did with both of these, a part A and a part B. And then dispose of these bottles accordingly. You don't want to use them for anything else because the toners are poisonous, so you don't really want to you know, use them to put anything else in. Just get rid of them. Recycle them if you can, but rinse them out real good before you recycle them. So I'm going to put the toner in here. Again, the toner's a little bit, or the paper's a little bit wet yet. I just took it out of the wash. So I'm going to put the part A on here, and part A is a bleaching bath. So what part A will do is it's actually going to bleach this image away. And I'm going to turn this tray a little bit so you can kind of see the image, and you'll be able to see how fast it starts to bleach away. And the toner time that you put it in the bleach and the time that you put it in the redeveloper is done according to the print. There's not an actual time. So what I want to do here, and I can see this already, it's bleaching up, and I'll hold this up here in a minute so you can see it, but it's really bleaching fast. So this toner works very well. It'll slow down after you do a number of prints through it, and I think it'll do about 48 by 10s for the quarts, so kind of keep track of that. But you can kind of see now that the print is already a little bit yellow, or somewhat bleached out in comparison to the print that I have for a print that we can compare it to, a comparison print. And what you want to do is bleach this till the image is just about gone. And the more you bleach it, if you just put it in there for a little bit of time and just bleach it a little bit, it's not going to come out really sepia toned. It's going to have a light tint to it, but it won't be as dark as you can possibly get it. So I want to go ahead and bleach it out so that it's really bleached out in comparison to the way it started. So this is the way it started, and this is bleached out. Now, another thing you can do with the bleach bath in sepia toner is if you have a print that's too dark, you could take a little bit of your bleaching bath and dilute it, say maybe 2 ounces to 8 ounces of water, and have a very diluted bleaching bath. And you can actually put that into a tray and put your print in there and make a dark print light if you just made a print too dark and you want to try to lighten it up a little bit. Clarence White, who started the photography program at Ohio University many years ago, used to notoriously make dark prints and then actually, bleach them up to get them to come up lighter. And it's kind of a neat effect in a certain sense, because the highlight areas will usually bleach out first, and you can really emphasize your highlights in a print. Like if you had a picture of a white lily or something, you could really make that stand out. And another thing you could do too is you could just bleach part of a print. You could take a paintbrush and put a paintbrush in that bleach and then paint that on there and run some water over it, paint some on there, run some water over it, and actually lighten up the print that way. Now, before we go into the second part, the redeveloper, here's my print ready to be redeveloped. I need to rinse this off thoroughly. The reason that you need to rinse it off thoroughly is if you get any of part A, the bleach bath, into part B, the redeveloper, you'll contaminate part B and then it won't work anymore. So you need to make sure that you're thoroughly rinsing it off. So I'm just going to come over here to the sink and run some water. And you'll see how long I rinse it. I just want to rinse it a couple of minutes, but I want to make sure that I get it rinsed thoroughly. And I'm using, for this print, I'm actually using an RC print, so it won't have to wash as long as if I was using a fiber-based print. If I was actually toning a fiber-based print, when I go into my rinse bath in between the toners, I'd probably want to rinse it about 5 minutes. I want to really make sure that I rinse all of the chemicals out of it. But being it's an RC print, it's resin coated, it's kind of sealed. It doesn't take that long to wash, maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And what I'm actually just doing is making sure that I get all of the bleach out of the print. So I'm just filling the tray and dumping it. And then I'll even go over the back side of the print so that the back side gets thoroughly rinsed. I want to make sure there's no bleach hanging out in there anywhere. And that'll really extend the life of your Part B, your redeveloper. So there I go, my print is thoroughly rinsed off. So I will come over here now. And I'm going to try to do this so that you can actually see how fast this works. What I'm going to do is put this in my tray right here. And then I'll take my Part B, my redeveloper, and watch the way this turns. So it comes right back up, and I'm just going to set this in here now so that I can agitate it. And Part B has a little bit of an ammonia smell to it. So some people, in working with these toners, like I'm doing this on the table strictly for this demonstration. If I was actually doing this in class, I would be doing it in the sink. But you want to try to do it where there's some ventilation, because the ammonia smell, some people it'll give them a headache. I actually had one student at one time pass out from standing over the top of this, and I can smell the ammonia right now. It's not very sweet. So that's it. This has been toned. What I'm going to do right now is take it back to the wash bath, and I'll give it about a 3-minute wash. Now, some of the older toners that we used to use recommended using a fixing bath after the rinse, after you've redeveloped it. They recommended refixing it. But what I've read about this new Berg toner, or this Berg toner, is that you don't have to refix it. So you're good to go now. So if you're using a RC print, you'd want to wash it for 3.5 minutes. If you're using a fiber-based print, you'd want to wash it for 7.5 minutes, and maybe even hypo-clear it before you put it in the final wash. But 7.5 minutes minimum. I think you could probably go to 15 minutes for the fiber-based, but I'd recommend 15 for the fiber-based. But after you hypo-cleared it for 2 minutes, and that's it. That's how you do an RC print. So I'll take a picture of these two prints side by side, and put them up right after the video, so they'll still be in this link, and you'll be able to see what the two look like side by side for creating a sepia tone print. So go out there, take pictures, and sepia tone them. Have fun. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, and we're good to go. Thank you. Okay, here's the examples of the sepia tone print on the left and the normal print that has not been toned on the right. So you can kind of see the difference, the way that it warms everything up. The deck itself is much nice brown. The wood is brown. The colors in my shirt are different. The colors in my skin tone. Look at the skin tone difference here, from a black and white print on the right to the sepia tone print on the left. So go out there and sepia tone some prints. Thank you.